Quick news update. Trump is winning again. The Europeans are willing to sit down and negotiate an end to their tariffs on United States manufactured goods. Think about that for a minute. Before Donald Trump, the Europeans, who still aren't paying their fair share, but weren't paying their fair share for NATO defense, had serious tariffs. That means taxes because something is made in America. Let's break one of those down. A truck made in the United States, sold in Germany, paid an 18% tariff for the simple fact it was made by American labor. A Mercedes or a German vehicle made in Germany and sold in the United States paid a 2% tax. That means they were taxing at a 16% higher rate an American made vehicle over our tax on the Europeans. So Trump talked about putting an 18% tax on German made vehicles. That means your Mercedes would cost 18% more. 16% in reality. That would be the new difference. The Germans didn't like that. And remember, we pay to protect the Germans because they don't pay their fair share. NATO is, the United States pays 70% of the operating budget and military salaries and equipment of NATO. Out of the 20 plus European countries in NATO, they pay 30%. Divide that up. They're not paying their fair share. In addition, Germany is at 1.2%. They promised years ago to be at 2. They're not at 2%. They're about 50% below where they're supposed to be. And the people who provide for and pay for their protection from Russia, they have specific tariffs and taxes on to F the Americans over while taking advantage of all of the money we spend to protect them. Trump is putting an end to that. Everybody was scared, this horrible thing with NATO. Let's be very honest. NATO needs the United States. The United States doesn't need NATO. In addition, the Germans, who won't pay their fair share to protect themselves from Russia, just cut a massive deal to import natural gas and oil from Russia, the people we're paying to protect them from. Trump called them out on it. Now they're agreeing to renegotiate their tariffs, preferably down to zero, because we feel, and Trump feels, that the United States can beat anybody on a level playing field. But you can't beat anybody if there's a 16% tax hanging over your head when you start out. You can't beat somebody at golf that you're equal to when you give them a 16-stroke lead. So Trump is winning. All the naysayers, all the screaming, all the crying, all the threats of we're abandoning NATO. NATO's still together, and they're going to agree to lower their tariffs. The Chinese will be next. By the way, the Chinese tariffs are also what's making North Korea come to the table. So when you see this horrible thing about how the American farmer is going to be hurt, well, would you rather the United States get hit with a nuclear weapon, or would you rather we put pressure on China, get them to stop stealing our jobs, stop stealing our technology, stop stealing our manufacturing processes, and at the same time force North Korea to give up their nuclear ambitions? And an American farmer may have to take a small reduction in his profits for a year or two. I think it's worthwhile to avoid getting hit with a nuke. So does President Trump. My name is Tim. This is the Trump Wrap-Up Show. And we are wrapping up what's going on in Trump land today. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Are you sick and tired of winning yet? I'm not. We need to win with China. We need to win with North Korea. And we need to win the midterms. I'm Tim. Thank you for subscribing.